Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Sorry I didn't have a video yesterday. I was really busy at a job interview and I've also been working on my art, but I want to get right into the channel because I got this while I was walking my dog. I got it like right away when I woke up, and it was the song For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica and also Voices Carry by Till Tuesday. So if this video found you, this is for you. And I was automatically picking up on like they're getting their karma. God sees all. I feel like you are someone who has experienced a lot of people like not believing in you, of like fake friends maybe telling you to your face that, oh, I support you, I'm here for you, but then not actually showing up. Like if you went to them for emotional support, they were distant. They didn't actually like empathize or support you with your feelings. Instead, they, got into the I told you so mindset of like, well, if you had done what I said. I'm getting also like parents who wanted you to follow their path and like at every turn tried to convince you that whatever your path was, your plan was wrong, or that you were doing something incorrectly and that you needed to do something else, even though it went against like what you knew to be true, yourself, your heart. And yeah, and Spirit is saying like karma is coming for these people. And also I feel like there are people who you don't really like, this includes people that you don't even know about. With the Voices Carry, like people who talked about you behind your back, right? To maybe other family members, to friends, so like mutual friends, maybe between two friends, like them talking about you in a negative light, saying things like, oh, they're naive, I don't know what they're thinking, they're being irresponsible, that's never going to work. Like people who didn't believe in you, and people who doubted your vision, who doubted your path, maybe your faith, maybe you're very spiritual, or you tend to walk in trust that things are going to work out. And I'm picking up on people who thought that that was crazy. I was also getting Number One by Portugal the Man, and that's all about like freedom and like putting yourself first. I've got the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Very clear. People who wanted you to fail and who wanted you to fail to like prove themselves right, to make themselves feel good. And I think this is the root of the issue, is because you are someone who walks your own path. You're not afraid, and it could be like might not always have been this way. This may be like a hard lesson that you learned, but you're not afraid to go against the grain, to swim against the current, to go out on your own, take the path less traveled, and maybe against conventional wisdom. Like maybe you work for yourself, or you are an artist, or you're happy in a job that people might consider dead end, like, retail work, or as like a barista or a server or something like that. Like I feel like you're content and in what you are doing, and people around you have not supported you. And God is saying they're getting their karma. Like they thought that they won, but they didn't. And I do feel like this is coming in 2026. 2025 was the year of the 9, and 2026 is the 10. So completion, new beginnings. And, this karma may not be always like, you may not be able to see it. It could be like sometimes people, like some people, if they did you dirty, and, odds are if they did you dirty, they did other people dirty too. It may be big, like it may be a tower moment where they have like a health issue or some financial crisis, but I do feel like it's going to come in with like a lot of really, really small ways, and you aren't necessarily going to be witness to all of it, especially because I feel like you've cut some of these people off. Like they're no longer in your life, or they're in your life to a very limited extent. And also I feel like they're not going to tell you, like they don't want you to see them weak. They don't want to see how they're struggling. And because you've always walked in faith and walked in trust, and never really like, you may have moments of doubt, but you've always just known that you're on your own journey. And yeah, King of Wands, this is you. I'm gonna turn this light on. This is you, King of Wands. Be very sure of yourself. You're not afraid to take action. I know you've got the lion and the salamander, very spiritual. And salamander here, very spiritual, very connected to nature, very connected to your inner self. You are a king. Like you're not afraid to take action, to go your own way, to pave your own path, or maybe not even go on a path, like go on a trail. People are always like, why are you, not going on the road? And you're like, oh, I want to go on this beautiful nature trail through the forest. That's a metaphor. It could also be literal. But like, this is you, and you're going to be sitting on your throne, and you're going to see some of this unfolding, and it's not going to be pretty, but know that, what is karma? Karma is just a lesson. Karma is just like consequences of actions. And, you don't necessarily like want bad on people, especially if you love these people, if they're family or friends, but they need to learn, like they'll learn that, what they did is not okay, and they may not learn in this lifetime, but we'll see, maybe they will. So anyway, so yeah, you're the King of Wands. You're very self-assured, and like, again, like he's like looking out, and I feel like you are literally going to be sitting on your pretty throne, chilling, like always focusing on you. I feel like you're someone who you really focus on yourself. Like, you are not part of the drama. You are not there to play like mind games or power games. You put yourself first. You take care of yourself. And I also feel like people may see you as selfish, or have seen you as selfish before. Yeah, Three of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck in reverse. People try to like sabotage you, and it was, yeah. Five of Swords, I just pulled it. I cut the deck and pulled it because they're like, yes, people wanted you to fail. They did want you to sabotage. And I was going to say, like, people wanted to sabotage you, but no, they didn't. Yes, they did. I feel like this could also be maybe work related. You could be in a competitive field, and like people thought that they won. People thought that you were dejected, blah, 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 that you lost because maybe like, I'm getting that maybe you were in a field and you decided it wasn't for you, and people saw you as this dejected loser, like, oh, they weren't strong enough and I'm so strong and I'm so much smarter than them. But really, it just wasn't your path, and you were strong enough to realize it wasn't your path. Like, you took this lesson of, oh, this isn't working out, it doesn't feel good, and you moved into your King of Wands energy. And so I feel like the tables are totally going to flip. Like, you're going to be like fulfilled, happy, staying in your own lane, and these people are going to start going through crises. And I do feel like there's two people who were like kind of working with each other against you. Maybe one was like in a position of power, and one was kind of like a lackey who was posing as your peer, and you maybe confided in them, and they would like run to the boss man or to the person that was more in power and kind of tattle on you, or they would talk about things, and maybe like they shared your secrets with them. Yeah, Death on the bottom of the deck. They've got karma coming for them. They've got ego death coming. There's going to be some like, because they were so in their ego with you, because they were so like, yeah, I'm better than them. I'm, and like, could be conscious, could be subconscious, but this was like what was going on, is that they thought they were so much better than you, that they knew what they were doing, because maybe they were following conventional wisdom. They were like grabbing on so tight, trying to control everything. And because they were so in their ego, God is saying that they have got an ego death coming in. And you just, yeah, I mean, they've got, I think that the death card is saying like, they have endings coming. Endings to things that they don't want to end, like a job or like a financial crisis or something. And death is great because it also brings new beginnings. So like, it's not like the universe has some kind of vendetta against them and they want them to fail. Like, it's not like that at all. But it's just that because they've been so in their ego, that this tower moment, whereas like, is going to be really extreme. It's going to feel like death to them. It's going to feel like an ego death. And, it's okay. It's for the best. Like, I think that you might care about some of these people still, and it's because you have such a big heart, but know that it's for the best, because like, you know, with every death is a new beginning, it's new life. And I also feel like it's the end of like the tug of their energy on you. You can be having dreams with these people, like people you might have already moved on from or haven't thought about in a long time. And so we're just saying like this energy is being severed. Yeah, I pulled the Nine of Swords in reverse and the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, like you're releasing overthinking about these people. I really do feel like they've been like tugging on your energy, especially if you've been having maybe poor dreams or just like kind of irrational emotions in, you know, some days or like in some areas, maybe overthinking, just like tormenting you. Maybe you've been thinking, maybe they're still like in your life, but that's coming to an end. Like you don't need to overthink. You're gonna see very soon that like you were always right to just walk in faith and trust. And I also pulled the Page of Pentacles. You've got like, I feel like Spirit, this is like divine retribution. Like Spirit is taking away their gifts and giving them to you. And this is going to come into the form of physical abundance. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Physical abundance. Your cup is going to be overflowing. God is saying that like all of this energy that they were siphoning from you, like it's coming back to you in new ways, in beautiful ways. Like it was being worked all through there, like through the death, it's being released. It's being released and coming back to you and filling your cup. And this is coming through just like a surge of emotion, of happiness, of fulfillment for you, but also, like I said, in abundance. You know, like you're entering this, I feel like you're gonna just, because I was getting like this is about work or like your life path, and I feel like you're getting a new surge of emotion towards your work or your craft, or just like your lease on life, like making, like physically making your life something that you want. And Spirit is saying that you've got new energy coming in. Yeah, Three of Swords in reverse underneath the Nine of Swords in reverse, if you can see. Yeah, they put these swords in your heart. Maybe since these relationships, you've kind of closed off. You've been in hermit mode. You are 2222 while I was saying that, or 222 actually. You've been in hermit mode. You've been closed off because you felt these daggers in your heart. Like I was able to trust these people really close to me, and like how can I open up? I think you felt like the energy siphoning, that like they, you know, they shit on all your ideas, that they, you know, made you constantly question yourself, and it made you kind of close off your heart because it was wounded, like your heart chakra was wounded. But I'm seeing like your heart chakra is really healing, and you know, these swords, these injuries are falling out. And I feel like these swords are like they're symbolizing this like energetic pull that these people still had on you for some reason. Like maybe you could still be in contact with them, or they've just been thinking about you. I'm not really sure like what the actual like mechanism is for it. Yeah, Six of Cups on the bottom of the deck. But you're being returned into like your childlike innocence. Yeah. You could have felt trapped. I feel like they were sending you a lot of energy of like second guessing, of feeling like you were stuck between a rock and a hard place. Yeah, the Hierophant. They wanted to force you into like tough decisions where you felt like you didn't have a good answer. And you could even be like in that now. But God is saying like, you don't have to make tough decisions. Everything works out. Or like this decision that you're making, like you've already made it. And I feel like the decision was like to let these people go. So maybe you are still in contact. You're still holding on to them. And Spirit is saying like move out of the way, because if you're still energetically connected to them, like you could feel some of these repercussions, because like karma's coming for them. And oh, this is what I'm getting. Okay, because you are still connected to them like energetically, that is why the karma has been taking so long, why there's been like a time gap. You may have seen these people and like, well, you know, if all of this spiritual stuff is true, like they treated me so badly and yet they seem to be doing so well. First of all, they may seem to be doing well. Emotionally, they may not be well. Okay, just saying that. But also is because you were connected, because they were also connected to you. You know, it goes both ways. So Spirit is saying like, don't be afraid to sever that connection. Like Say no, like block them, stop talking to them, you know, stop thinking about them. They're in your path. We've got the Hierophant underneath the Death card. Yeah, this is Spirit coming in and saying, like, you can't stop it. Like, this is divine. This is, you know, the way that things are. Like, God saw that. God saw Spirit, the universe, whatever you saw, like, they saw them talking shit about you, about, like, trying to sabotage you, and it's not going to fly. You know, you're very divinely blessed. I feel like you know that you have God within you, and that it's the same God as, like, the universe. You know, I'm getting very much strongly, like, the I am presence within me. You could have had, like, enlightenment moments in the past and realizing that, like, living for yourself also means living for God, and these people don't understand that. Yeah, I put the Four of Wands in reverse underneath the Five of Swords. Yeah, I feel like this person or these people are very into structure. They're very controlling. They think that, like, by keeping all their ducks in a row and, like, you know, control, they get all, like, I'm getting OCD energy, and I have OCD, so, you know, no shade, no hate, but, like, controlling everything. They can control the universe, they can control fate, that nothing can ever go wrong, you know, that also, like, sacrificing their personal fulfillment, their emotional fulfillment for, like, structure and material wealth and maybe advancement, and, like, that's the way to go. But that's getting turned on its head, right? They could also have, like, you know, the Four of Wands also about marriage. So this could be, I was getting, like, two people. It could be a married couple, or even just two people in some kind of relationship, like I was saying with the power dynamic. Like, yeah, okay, so I just randomly saw the Lovers reversed. Yeah, they're, like, this relationship is also coming to an end in some way. Like, this perceived happiness that they've had it's always been an illusion, like, within that relationship between them, because I'm picking up on two people. They were always, like, playing mind games with each other, like, power dynamics, and it may be, like, they put on the front of, oh, this is a happy, fulfilling relationship, but really it was very not. It was very imbalanced. Each person was not, like, reuniting or living in the synergy of their divine masculine and divine feminine. They were very, like, they're very dysfunctional. And that is also part of the reason why, like, you were moved away from them, or you, like, took the action, felt the inspiration to go away from them, because it's not a healthy relationship. And that's gonna come out. That is coming out. Yeah, epiphany. This is gonna come very quickly. And I feel like it's gonna, like, literally the energy is gonna go out of them, and it's gonna take, like, a little bit to get cleaned in the universe, and, like, everything happens, like, time is an illusion. So that happens, like, in no time, like, in a second, in a millisecond, in a 1,000th of a millisecond, right? Like, so, and then it's gonna come back to you in an epiphany. You're gonna start getting epiphanies, like, new ideas about your life, like, maybe problems you've been struggling with, like, you're gonna be like, oh, it's so simple, I just do this. It could be, like, I'm getting, like, for, like, your path too. Like, I feel like they were really, like, still with their energy on you. Like, you were experiencing some doubting, some second guessing about something that you know in your soul is right, that you are, like, a goal that you're going towards, but you still have fear. You still have, like, something holding you back. And Spirit saying, like, this is going to be taken away from you. You're going to have some kind of, like, new thought about how to do this, or how it's going to work out, like, a way to ease your fear. It could just be like, oh, that was fear. Like, you're realizing, like, I feel like you're worrying about something, like, materially. You know, how am I going to afford this? How am I going to get the resources to do this? How am I going to have the time to do this when I'm working, you know, full time? How am I going to build my business? How am I going to do my art? How am I going to raise my kid? And Spirit's saying, like, no, you're going to have an epiphany about how that's not your energy, and that's just fear, and you're going to fall back into faith. I pulled the disruption card. it's the end of disruption. Like they were really, so let me show you the Two of Swords and then this disruption card. And they both came out in the reverse, but I'm going to show them to you upright so that you can see. But see how like the hands are like in the exact same position. And it's the end to this disruption. Like, it's going to be crazy. You're getting a huge influx of energy, of inspiration, of like a new lease on life is what I'm hearing. Yeah, closure, 5. I haven't pulled this card before. You're getting complete closure from this person, and especially with the 5 card. Oh, there it is. Because this is number 5. I feel like this is, the end of 2025. You're getting closure. I think this is a good opportunity for you to like use the end of 2025 as your closure year. Choose for it to be the end of these cycles, like stepping into your new life where, fear does not lead you, where you don't let these people energy and their hangups like affect you. And it doesn't mean ignore your feelings if you're feeling fear, but it means like choosing to then, go to spirit or go to yourself and like do affirmations. And yeah, this is a huge closure of a cycle. I feel like it's a bunch of people too. Like a bunch of people are getting their karma. And again, like this, they're like this energy, you can say like either she's releasing it or it's coming to her and she's claiming it. But either way, like this is the energy that is like has been trapped in this dynamic. And it's like the sun energy, it's your life energy. Like the sun is all about your true being, like the self, like your sun sign, right? And so, yeah, it's like they had your life force. And it's not like they have some power over you. They don't have any power. It was because you also like gave your life force. It was a mutual thing. It was because you were in close relationship with them. And that's okay. Like we're supposed to be in relationship with people. And this is, just a big lesson. It was a big lesson for you. You're closing it out. You're realizing like, no, I don't want these dynamics in my life anymore. All right, let's see. Let's get you a dream oracle card and then get you out of here. The Knight. This is a beautiful card. The incense. Yeah. The Knight is coming for them. I was also getting this very strong, like, nighttime energy with the 9 of Swords and, like, your dreams. So but definitely pay attention to your dreams. But, they're saying, like, this is being released. Your power is coming back to you. And, it may look like nighttime for them, but, nighttime is beautiful. Like, it's dark so that they can see the stars. And so I do feel like, kind of ending this on, like, I don't think that you necessarily want, badness or, like bad things. Like, you don't want their life to be a struggle. But know that, like, it's going to be dark so that they can see the light, so that they can see the stars, so that they can follow them. Because, they've always been in the night. And that's the thing. They've always been, like, not following spirit, not following the truth, the Tao. But now it's going to be very, very clear because, karma's going to come for them. They're going to be struggling. And it's because it's an opportunity for them to see the light, right? For them to see the stars and follow it. Because, that star is their sun. One of those stars is their sun. And it's going to get bigger and bigger the closer they get there. So it's like this whole thing is a redirection for them. So don't worry. It's all for the best, right? They need to learn this lesson. They need to go through this. Because also you need the energy back. Like they were trying, like, I feel like they were like also like having your luck and having your prosperity, but it's coming back to you. It's like a total flip of the tables. Yeah. Dreams and nightmares. I feel like it's a complete flip. You've been having a nightmare or like physical nightmares, and they've been having dreams, and it's being complete flip. So definitely pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to the people that are coming up in your dreams. You could be like I said earlier, people who you don't really think about, but they're coming up. So anyway, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. I'm sending you so much love, so much light. Trust in the process. Trust that, so much is waiting for you. So much love, so much like emotional fulfillment. just pure like happiness is coming for you. And yeah, and you know, don't worry about all this. God's figuring it out. Give it up to God. Say, God, take this from me. I don't want this responsibility, and it's not your responsibility. It's spirit, it's the universe. So yeah, anyway, thank you so much. Sending you so much love, so much light. I hope you have a great day, and I'm really proud of you. Bye.